Good morning on this glorious September morning, 2024. Absolutely glorious day. We've had a horrible cold week last week and I thought tent pitching season was over, but here we are again today. So hi, it's Dave Lane here from Dutch Tents UK, and I'm showcasing, I think, perhaps the last one of the season. And what a way to finish. A glorious, fantastic condition Waard Lepelaar from the late 90s into the early 2000s. I'm going to take you round the tent first, just to show you the condition, see what issues there are. A little bit of a mark there, nothing. Canvas on this is remarkably clean. There's a few weather spots in there, but nothing they will fade and brush out to nout. Overall, this tent is much cleaner than a tent of its age deserves to be. And I really don't think this tent has been used much. If we have a little look at the aluminium, let's pop the peg out. Ring, they're all in quite good condition. So they're soft aluminium, and you could imagine that they get bent and pulled out of shape relatively easily, and they're all in very good condition. So unless they've been replaced, and the guy ropes, which I don't think they have, this tent doesn't have a big history. I don't know the actual mileage, but I would be surprised if a tent like this has got anything more than 25 weeks on it. With a life expectancy of 65 plus weeks or 30 years of heavy use, you can imagine it's still very much in its infancy, and it shows. Really nice. There are some weather spots that have gotten to the Vario Rifle. Just show you those. Not the most beautiful thing in the world, but absolutely no smell. It's all fine. It's all waterproof, it's all good. It's just, these things happen with older tents. Other than that, this tent is an absolute beauty. And just sat here inside this space, I really wish I could capture it properly on the phone. But sitting under, it's a little bit of a wind today, just fluttering things around, and of course it's canvas, so it's silent. There's no annoying rattling from crisp packet polyester. And it's a truly wonderful space inside a Vario Rifle. It's airy, but tons of shade, and you appreciate in this space, which is really 5 meters of covered space. You can get big table and chairs, get all your kit in there. So it has a zip here. You can see the main roof canopy is zipped to the side wing. And again, on this side, you can obviously disconnect the zips altogether, but you can also reorganize the shape of the Vario Rifle. So at the moment, of course, we have it in this lovely bat wing shape. This just makes it look good. And it does, doesn't it? This is that classic shape that people always like to pitch them in. And looks lovely. For weather protection, you're going to probably want a little bit more in this position, or if you want to stop that happening with the wind coming in the front, just drop the main pole and pull the canopy down like that, and you can see any rain going to come straight off the back, straight down in there. And you can make that even lower if you want, by reorganizing. So drop a pole at an angle more, retension that, and you can see this, you can get now, pull it even lower. You can pretty much get it down to the ground if you want. You can also fold the Vario Rifle. So you can see the sidewall there. If you fold it along this seam and peg it down, you can effectively create a fully enclosed front, and you'd have to then unzip a side wing back to create an entrance through this area. So if you've got squall coming in from the front, you can fully enclose the front, albeit the Vario Lepelaar is going to be folded and creased and water is going to get inside there. So you're not going to want to leave it like that for a long period, but certainly for an overnighter or for a daytime storm, it's a very effective method of, well, frankly, shutting down the whole of the tent. And you can just sit inside with your cosy book and try and stop yourself falling asleep to the glorious sound of rain pattering away on a classic Dutch canvas tent. Because I assure you, if you've never done it, it is mesmerising. I try and, when it rains, to stay awake in bed at night if I can. It just sends me to sleep again. So let's go back in here now and have another little look. With the roof down, just create this lovely, big, deep outdoor living room, veranda. It's wonderful. So, we have two main doors. The top door you can see is tied up at the moment. So we have this secondary mesh doors. This is another optional extra that Waard tied in. There's some of their tents, you can order them. Not all have it. It's nice when they do. The zips are all good and we step inside. The main living area has a wonderful smell in here. Further adding to my idea that this is really not a high mileage tent. So the roof bars are outside on the floor. Ideally they should be in there. That's what Waard want you to do. I never ever put them in. I simply can't be bothered faffing about. I like pyramid tents because we've got nice big king pole, we've got a door pole and a crossbar and two porch poles out front, nice and easy. And really, you know, you don't need roof bars unless, I suppose, you're going to be camping in an area with heavy winds, and they will add a little bit more strength. Inside the 3.4 metre wide and 4 metre deep inside tent, we've got bedroom 1, which will, you know, it's half of, it's 150, 1.7 metres. You'll comfortably get a double airbed in there and then one in there. In fact, if you're on smaller sleep mats, you will, you'll sleep 5 in a Lepelaar. Got the air vents at the back that are lovely and all working fine, and they help. They really do help on a hot day. As the heat rises up in the tent, with those vents open, it really does draw the draft in, and it has a wonderful cooling effect. For me with Lepelaars, it's this lovely panelling I like. Of course, now repeated on quite a lot of the later model Waard tents, even the 2015 onwards Albatross. Rather than just having a big square panel here, they now have this sunburst effect. Same on the Silver Mew 2, which unfortunately they stopped producing, which is one of the nicest twin pole tents they ever made. Silly Waard. Equally, they stopped making these as well, didn't they? They replaced these with the Stormvogel and latterly the Storm Mew. And I think it's such a shame because the Lepelaar is just so gorgeous. Really nice tent and really practical. Lots of big space, living space here for storage of kit. And then you're going to live outside in the warm weather in here. Absolutely gorgeous. So, there we are. If you're interested in this tent, it will be sold through my Facebook page, Dutch Tents for Sale. That wonderfully creative name. Yeah, it's a really, really gorgeous tent in fantastic condition, not greatly used at all. Perfect for the family. It's gonna last you decades if you look after it, even if you use it well. It's got a lot of life left in this one. I really do recommend, if you're interested in forking out for a nice big classic Waard, you really do consider this one carefully. You won't regret it, I promise you. So that's it. Thank you very much.